This is what happens when you buy that Randwind Parts truck, right? Here we are, Ford 429. We've got quite a bit stripped off. We've got something going on with it. It was Randwind parked. We got it running for a little bit, then it didn't anymore. And we got oil down in, no, I wish we did. We've got water in the oil pan. Could be a head gasket, could be a cracked head, could be a cracked block, could be a lot of things. But either way, we got to strip it down to figure it out. I've got a lead on a few good heads, but before we even jump to that conclusion, let's actually see what these look like. That's the goal in today's video. Let's get the head stripped down and see what they look like. And maybe we can get a better look at the block as well. I see a lot of bolts that just don't look like they're going to cooperate, and that's good. Step one, roll out the shop table. Oh yeah. If you are new to the channel, I'm not a professional by any means. Just a guy that can't really afford one, so then we gotta get the rockers off, push rods out, heads off. The exhaust is what I'm worried the most about. Let's just put a wrench on it for entertainment purposes here, but I don't think this is gonna do us anything. Yeah, it's just slipping. Okay. I think that's what we all expected. See if we can hit her with the old razzle here. Well, I think we all know the next step. I was just looking for my wax too. I used to keep some old candles over here. And sometimes you can heat these up, put some wax on them. Crowns are supposed to work too. And it'll pull that down in between the threads. The idea here is to get the metal to expand. Easy. Get the metal to expand. Oh, well. That will also work. That wasn't the plan, but it still meets the objective. Especially if this is one of those things that we're not putting back on. Let's see. Looks like it's got a bracket on the back side there, maybe there too. It's loose. How does it come out? Does it maybe just does it? Maybe it just lives there. Maybe this is its new home. I don't think there's any way for that to come out of there. Let's go do the same thing, that's fine. Come off here. Fine by me. Fine by me. Okay. Let's see, I got my cardboard set up so we can get our bolts in the right order. 3/8 is awfully bold choice here. but apparently a choice that works. Oh man, I hope this isn't just a tease. And we just shove it through the cardboard like so. That way when we go to reassemble it, we got the right bolts in the right places. That's not what we want. Oh no. Come on the second one, you couldn't at least let me get a whole side off with a little bit of optimism? Some are long, some are short. Let's skip it. Let's skip that one. Maybe it'll see the cool things its friends are doing and I don't want to join the easy out party here. Oh yeah, that one's not bad. That's just the nut to keep the heat shield on. Okay. All right. We're just gonna keep working her back and forth here. Either the nut's gonna come loose, we're gonna break the stud, or the whole thing's gonna come out. That's where I'm at with it right now. Looks like the nut's coming off now. The nut is stripped. Cool. Let's see if we can't wash that nut off there. Well, she's not perfection, but nut is off there. Threads are still pretty dirty, to be expected. We can get a socket onto that now. Something is moving. All right. Let's see if a little bit of heat to the head on this helped us out at all. It did. Everything's so hot. Hot. Oh, super hot. Super hot. 4 down, 4 to go. What's your dreams, Mike? This is it. This is what I do on a Friday. Pro amateur tip though, keep one of these magnets handy, because if you do drop your tools all the time like I do, that one broke. I gave you just a little test pull. You know, let's see if she's stuck or not. She cracked instantly. This one was turning easy. I wouldn't even say it was tight to begin with. This back one's coming out fine too. I have noticed something though about the bolts we're taking out. Excuse me. We'll do a quick analysis here in a second. Where'd I go? That'll work. That'll work fine. This is why the cardboard helps, by the way. You see each one's just a little bit different. Some of them are threaded like that, so you can have accessories mounted at the top of them. Lengths are all different too. These two, that one, and the one that broke. Those are the ones that gave me the problems. Check this out. These, the ones that came out pretty dang easy, none of them are magnetic. But the ones that gave me the problem, the one that broke,
It is magnetic. So Ford must have used, and I don't know for sure, but someone in the comments probably does, Ford must have used some kind of alloy for these exhaust bolts, and somebody lost them when they took them out, or maybe they broke on them and replaced them with regular steel bolts, which is probably why these, the one we washed the nut off of, and the one that broke, gave us the problem. Fun little tidbits you learn, you know? It's like an adventure. You just never know what you're gonna learn on these things. Right out the rip, I don't know how I didn't see this. There's no bolt there, no bolt there, and no bolt there. Someone's definitely cooked here before. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get out. The deeper we dig into this, the more I think they knew something when they sold it. Oh no, it should fire right up. Oh, it did. Yeah, maybe a little heat on those sections anyway. This is fun, huh? I'm having a good time. You having fun? That's good. That's good. This is great. I did move the oil pan, didn't I? Yes, okay. Try to chip that slag off that bolt if I got enough torched off. Might have to go one more here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, not perfect, but it gives me access to the main nut there. That's the sound I'm looking for. 17 hours later, we got her. I'm gonna do a little engineering myself here. I'm gonna cut this stud a little shorter so I can actually get a socket on it. Oh, now we're living the life of luxury. Still not enough room for my 1/2-inch ratchet, but we can certainly break the 3/8 in here. Oh, yes. Yeah, we can break more than the ratchet, huh? Just break the bolt, that's fine. That's fine. Deal with that later. That's a later scenario. Ow, it's still hot. You know, you wouldn't believe how good I am at telling you if something's hot or not. It's a skill set I have. Good. Good. That's good. Yep, now let's break them all. Let's break them all. Sometimes you just drop heads off in machine shop and you say, see those bolts in there? Think you can get them out, you know? And then they send you a bill. Sometimes that's the way it's done. Oh, look at that. Ow. Let's give her some gentle boops here. Beautiful. Oh yeah. So the one's missing the bolts, there's a stud in there. Yep, stud in there. Hey, we got one good one. Stud. Good one. Stud. Stud and stud. All right, good. So they all have bolts in them except for one. That's cool. Pop off the rockers and we'll pull the push rods. I don't even know if this piece of cardboard's worth having at this point. As we pull these push rods out, we're going to keep them same order with cardboard like we did a second ago. We'll do push rods and rockers. That way everything's in order. Keep them in order. We'll kind of check each one of these to make sure they're straight and there's not a bent rod. Sometimes it can be difficult to tell. Rolls pretty good there. If it's got a bend, it should have a pretty heavy wobble. Amateur tips from a very amateur mechanic. I can't even be a shade tree mechanic. I don't even have any shade trees over here. Last one on the driver's side. They all look good on that side. I just picked up another head bolt off here. I don't know if it shows up on the camera or not, but can you see that distinct line right there? See how it's kind of rusty and corroded on this side of that line and then new and shiny? That should indicate that there was already some sort of fracture right here in that bolt. That's past where the threads are. So into the actual bolt itself, there's already some sort of fracture there in one of the ones that we broke. The new and shiny, that's what was still existed and we broke off. But that corrosion up to that point, there's already some sort of crack there. All these rods have looked good so far. We'll roll this one, we'll see what we get. There you go. We're looking at differences here. Just comparing. And we'll walk over here. Look at these. You see the difference? You can see new components in here. And the tops of those valves are a little different. Definitely replaced valves on this head. If they had these heads off like I think they did, then maybe these bolts come out all right. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yeah, we're around that room. That's okay. Same cardboard system for these. A lot of people wanted me to pull that front radiator support and the radiator to give myself some more room. Totally understand it, not against it. And if I had an indoor shop, I probably would. But I left it on there so I could leave the hood on. And that way we can get this thing covered up when we're not using it. Try to protect everything. But I do agree with you. It does make it a lot easier to have that out of the way. And same to just, if you're gonna pull the front end of it, fella might as well just pull the whole engine and give yourself all kinds of room. But again, I don't have an indoor shop to do all that stuff in. Well, not one big enough for this project. I'll just do it this way. I wonder why some of these head bolts are so dry like that. I wonder if that's telling us something. Is that telling me something? Oh yeah. And the real question is, do I just want to leave this one on while we get the other one off too? You know? Or do we just want to go ahead and dive into it? We'll go ahead and dive into it. There she's coming. Why is there always one thing in the way? Okay. That is a story to tell. Okay. I will say the cylinder walls don't look bad. Man, I'd love to clean those pistons up and see if they're sized up or if they're the standard, if they've been replaced or not. Oh my gosh. What is all this from? Interesting. Interesting. How's the gasket look overall? Do we see any spots that look like they're doing it? See if we can get it off there in one piece. Remember, the hope was a blown head gasket, but get off in a way that we can look at it. There we go. I'd say that gasket looks fairly new too. But I certainly don't see any spot that looks like it's failed by any means. Also says Felpro. I don't know if it's aftermarket or not, but she looks pretty new. Let's flop this over and see if we see anything detrimental. Some more of that mystery metal. That's a pretty big chunk of whatever it is. I'd say that's too big of a chunk to call it a ring. Look like we've got ourselves a moon landing right here, so it's probably not great. Look at the difference in the spark plugs here. Each cylinder telling a little bit of a story. Unless I had this sanded, I don't know that I could spot a crack, like a small crack, but I don't see anything crazy, which is kind of heartbreaking because that means it could be deeper. Unless the problem is on the other side. If this side could be good, and maybe the other side is the bad side. Okay, what's going on there? That's not good. Dude. Let me give this thing some hits with the old razzle dazzler. Try and do it in a way that I don't mess the face of the bolt up, just coming straight onto it. I don't even know where you guys are at anymore. Oh. Oh. Well, that was a ping like a... Oh, drop that. That sounded like the right ping though, you know what I mean? That didn't feel great. So I have all of them except that one, and I'm not in a great space. We got a good crack on it, but then my socket spun, so we're not, yeah, optimism's wearing out, but that's okay. Probably has something to do with this. That's a neat trick. And that smells a lot like coolant when you do that. So, isn't that cool? Look, that one's telling you we got a new Pope. I don't know what that one's telling us. I don't think anything great though. You know, it's just like, smile through the pain, buddy. It's okay. It either is okay or it's gonna be okay. Those are the only two options we got. Let me get these put up in the cardboard and think of a plan Z2. So I've got the neck size down, metric just ham slammed onto that. I don't even know what that means. Who says that? Means I beat the heck out of it with a hammer until she fit. Something appears to be happening. Okay. Okay, buddy. Oh, yes. We're going down in pipe size. We're just on the tool. Okay. Huh? See? Just, it either is okay or it's gonna be okay. That's where we're at. Every day, all day. Oh, there's a story to be told. Oh, well, that's where the metal came from. Oh my gosh. Sounds like it's missing. Yeah, it does sound like it's missing. Sounds like it's missing a whole lot. I cannot wait to send Clint pictures of that. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Oh, I gotta take some pictures, send these to Clint. What a hoot. You notice anything missing? See anything strange there? See anything? What's crazy, the crazy thing to me is when we looked at the top side, let me flip this over for you. It's there. Top of it's there, retainer's there, springs there. Everything's fine. Nope. Everything's not fine. Everything's not fine. That's crazy. You ready for this side of the operation? Looky there, bud. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Crazy. So the valve broke off, I guess. It proceeded to work its way through the piston. How do we not have bigger chunks of metal? When we took the oil pan off, there was no big chunks of metal in that oil pan. Where are they all hiding? Backside of the piston, I suppose. Oh man. So my next concern is that the damage in here is also on that block liner, and that's where our water intrusion's coming from. Let's put one of these things, ratchets, on there, and let's roll this engine around till we can see the whole liner. Let's at least get a good image at that. Let's go ahead. That's crazy. Where's the rest of it? Oh. Okay. Smooth. Big, huge gouge. Not a hole though. But definitely not gonna run great. Yep. Hard to believe just a connecting rod flopping around in there with a non-existent piston would damage the cylinder walls. But it did. Wild. I'm as amazed as you. We did take that oil pan off, and it was clean in there. Aside from the coolant, it was clean in there. There's no chunks of metal or anything like that. But then, I did that thing where I ran it for a little bit, and it sounded like something was clanking on the inside. Turns out it was. So maybe it just broke the rest of the way. Maybe all those chunks are now down inside that oil pan. Either way, that block's got to come out. And we got to do a little bit deeper survey on it. Is this something we can send out to get machined and oversized and do new pistons and new liners and do that? Or do we just find a decent used block somewhere? Clint said he's got some 460 heads, but he doesn't have any blocks right now. I think my heads are okay. I think my block is definitely shot. I did have a super nice fella out in Iowa say he's got an engine for it, which is an option that I'm definitely keeping on the table, and I do appreciate that offer. But if I can find something closer, I might just go with that. I gotta do some digging. Either way, the block's gotta come out, because it's either getting refurbished, sent off and refurbished, or we're putting something different in there. So next video on this thing is getting that block the rest of the way out, and we'll get a closer look at the damage even more. What a hoot, huh? You know? Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Cool. If it's your first video with us, welcome to the channel. If you've been with us for a while, I'm so glad you're still with us, because you'd be missing some fantastic entertainment if you left to go watch somebody that has new shiny things that run. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool. You turn the key and blah, 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 blah. Neat, but it's more fun, right?